Hello everyone. Our next lecture is based on another data type for the Python, and that is the list. List is is a type as a list, L-I-S-T, small in small letters, and it is ordered sequence of objects, sequence of values. Uh, in brackets, in brackets we can see here there is an integer, there is a string, there is a floating number. So in list we can place different objects with and different values in single list, and we can operate list with different operations, and we can work for the different things by calling the different values of the list. So let's see how we can work on the list. Okay, this is the Python shell window, and here we can write the code and different instructions for the list. Okay, first of all, I assign variable my list, and list is equals to we always write list in square brackets. Example, here I write here 1 2 3 4 5. These are all integers and numbers. So if I call my list, so it shows all the numbers are present in the list. For example, if I write another list, my list 1, and I can write here, for example, string, first letter is string, first item is string, and comma means to separate the other value or other object from the first value. So 100 is the integer, and for example 25.5 is a floating number. So I close the bracket, and let's see my list 1 is equals to these values. So in list we can present and we can write or we can store the different values or different data types values in a single list. So for example, if I want to check the type of my list, so type of my list 1, so it shows simply class as list because there are many values in this list. So but we want to check inside the different values data type, so we can write here like this type, and for example name is my list 1, in which I want to check the data type of value 1. So value 1 is integer, so this shows the value 1 means 1 means address of the list, list of the objects. So string is at the 0 address, and integer at the 1 address, and the floating number is at the second address. For example, similarly, if we want to check the second address value, type is floating number. Similarly, alt P, and we call the 0 address, it is a string. So this way we can check the different data types those are present in our list. So we can also check the length of my list 1. So it shows there are 3 values inside this list. So we can place all the integers like this in the list. We can place the different values or different data types in the list. We can place the what can I say, only the floating numbers or only the strings in the list. It depends upon us how we can work on how we can define our list. For example, I write here my list, another my list, that is list number 2, and I define here, for example, single quotation with single quotation. We can define a string with single quotation and with a double quotation. It depends on you. So 2 and other is 3. These are the numbers, but I write these numbers in a form of string. So this is the, okay, if I want to call, for example, my particular value from the string, so I can call my list and square bracket, for example, I want to call the last address, so it shows last address is 3. Last address value is 3. So, okay, similarly, for example, I call the 0 address, so this is the one. For example, I call it again and just want to check that for my satisfaction, if I write here like this and okay, B. So, for example, I defined here other list type. For example, I want to check type of my list 2 and its address 2. So, what is this? It's a string. Okay. So, similarly, if we want, let me make more window clearer to you. Window, sorry. It's now, I think you can see the bottom lines. Okay. If, for example, I define here another list that is based on the other numbers, for example, uh, other list, and in this example, I write here number 4 and number 5 example and number 6 and sorry 6. Okay, now I have two lists. Number first list, my list 2 and other list is here. For example, I want to add these lists. So it just concatenate all the values of the two lists. For example, if I write my list 2, my list 2 plus other list, other list. So we check here. I think I write something wrong. Okay, other list spelling is not right here. So other, I forgot to write R and okay, this is the, if we add two addresses, let me first correct the address because we call this again and again and we may face the same error. ER, and again I call the same instruction. So we can, okay, we can see here that the list 1, all elements are at the place, first place of the new list, and the other all lists are in the, after the, at the second part of the, or the second part of the list. For example, I defined, assign this list as a new list. New list is equals to this. So now I have a new list with all these values. Okay. For example, now we perform a different options and different commands with the list. For example, how we can perform. I write here new list new list, and I just write here dot. After placing dot, just wait for 2 seconds. This window will appear to you, and this shows that we can perform different operations in a list. We can append, clear, copy, count, extend, index, insert, pop, remove, reverse. These are the different instructions those we can perform with our operations those we can perform with the list. So for example, I want to append 7 numbers in the list. For example, you are working in some organization, and there are different lists with respect to the employees, or with respect to the ranking of the employees and the staff. Another example, if you are an employee in a university and you are working there, and there are the number of students, there are different staff members and faculty members. So they are, for example, you are maintaining the data of the university. So there are different level of maybe you are working on different lists. So, for example, you forget the name or you forget to place the value of some relevant persons. Yeah, for example, some related things. So you can place or append those values in your list. So, for example, I want to append 7 in the list. So I just write, this is when I write append and start the bracket. So this window is appears, and this is actually the signature of the function, which shows that what it means when you write list.append. So you now define object here. Okay, so my all are strings in the new list. So I write here 7, for example, 7, and bracket over. Now I call new list. So we will see there that the 7 is in the is placed in the last of at the last address of the list. So now list is, for example, if I want to insert, if I, for example, I want to insert something in the particular address, so we can write here, for example, new list address 0. For example, at address 0, I want to place one all tabs, example. So now I call again my new list, and we check that we will see here the value 1 now is replaced with the assigned number, assigned string. In this way, we can see our different, we can replace our different values. So, for example, if I want to check certain values of the list. Similarly, we can place a slicing here. So I want to check from 2 to onwards. So we will check here the all values from the address 2 to onwards in the string. Sorry, in the list. In the list. Okay. Similarly, for example, we can also print the list. So we will check when we work on the loops how we can. Okay. Similarly, for example, we can pop the different values of the string. For example, I have a list now. I name it list 4, and I want to pop from new list, and the dot pop. Okay, if I want to pop here, so it shows that the list 4 is actually based on the last number. Okay, so if I check the new list again, so we will see here that by popping the element from the list, the last always last number last object is popped, and when we call that list, so we will check that the element is popped means deleted from the list. So pop means we can call any element by addressing, and if we not place the address in these bracket in the pop, it means it defaultly is it grabs the last value. It grabs the last value, and if we want to pop the particular address, so we can place here that address. But that address is assigned. We can save it in other variable, and we will check the original list that is that address is popped means now delete from the list. For example, we can check here. We call this again, and we call this again, and we place here, for example, list 5, another variable, and now I place here address 3. For example, we want to pop the element 3 from the list. So we will check here list 5. So 4 is pop, and when we check in new list, so 4 is now not present in this list. So this is the pop function. Okay. Similarly, for example, if for example we have different values for the for the list. For example, let me want to insert. If we want to insert function, if we want to use the insert function, for example, new list dot insert, insert. For example, if we want to insert at address 3, for example, we want to address any string, mango, example. So enter and check new list. So at new list, we will check here address 4, sorry, at address 3, the mango is now present. So in this way, we can insert different values. We can extend our list. For example, if we forget, so if we have a new entries in our organization and we want to place them in the existing list, in this way we can extend our list. For example, my new list is there and I want to extend, and we can extend by placing another list. For example, I want to write here Amir and for example Sharif. For example, these are all strings, and for example Hera. So these are so sorry, I forget to close the list. Okay, this is the new list, and now I call the new list, and we will check here these names are now placed in the previous list, new list, and list is extended, and all the names are placed in at the last of the list according to given sequence. So in this way we can extend our list. We can, for example, if we write, for example, if we write again, if I extend this list again, and for example, just to want to show you the next command, for that I am writing here mango 2 times more, mango and comma mango. Okay, this is and again I call the list, and we will check the mango are present in the last. Okay, now if we want to count, for example, if we have different similar elements in the list, So we can count, for example, you have a list with the staff, faculty, and the students. You want to count the staff members, or you want to count the faculty members or students from a particular section. So you can count. You can use the count instruction or operation. For example, new list dot count, and count what? Banana. Sorry, mango. So here it shows that there is a 3-time mango present in this list. 1 mango is here and 2 mango are here. So in this way we can count the different values from uh, our list. So in this way we can also call the address of the, for example, in the previous, I again call the extended list, and I write here mango 3, for example. Okay, I write mango 3 in the first. Okay, so in this way I want to now if we call that list, we will see that the mango 3 is present in this place. Okay, let me show you again if you want to check. So now the mango 3 is here. So we want to check the address of this mango 3. So we can check here new list dot index of mango 3. So we can, this is the this mango 3 is placed in the 17th address of the list. So we can check again the length of the new list. So new list is the 19, is the 19th. Total number of values are present in the list 19. So this is actually the 18th address. Last address is 18th address because the first address is the 0 address. So 0 to 18 is total number are 19, and this is the 17th address. So in this way we can call, and we can find the particular address of the value or object from the list. Similarly, we can copy the list. For example, we can copy the new list in capital in a list that is written in a capital 11, capital letters list, and with 11 number. So we new list dot copy. Okay, this means I can write here, this means copy by value, means all values are copied here. I can call here list 11. So we can now see that the all values of this list are now present in list number 11. In this way we can copy our list to another list, and but when we can also copy in other way. For example, we copy for example latest list. Now I can write another name. Latest list is equals to new list. Now I have not used this dot copy command with this list. I just write the new list, and that is equal to the another list. So in this way, what we do, we can copy by reference. Copy by reference. So now I can call, for example, I call a latest list. So all the element of the new list are now present in the latest list. So what it means, for example, if I write here new, what the difference of the both copies means, both patterns means a new list, our new list that is copied in the list 11 and the latest list, we want to change in that list. Okay, I want to append another. I want to append another fruit name, grapes, for example, grapes, and these are grapes now. Append at the last of the new list. Okay, now I call new list. You can see the grapes are present in the at the last of list. But when I call this, I'm highlighting here this command, this list, in which we just new list copied in by using the equal sign to the another new list. If I call this list, so let's check LA latest list. So we will see that the grapes are also present in this list. But when I call this command by using the copy.new in the list element, when I call this list, you can check that, sorry, when I call list 11, so we will check that there is no any grapes are present here. So what is the difference? So what is the difference of both copied formats? Means assign when we copy any list by using dot copy and empty brackets, it means we just copy the all elements of the list as a value directly to the another list. But when we use equal sign by copying the list to another list, in this way we copy by reference. Reference means whenever I change in this new list, that always reflect in the list in which we copied this list. So this is the difference of the copy and what I can say, copy and the copy or by using the equal sign. Okay, we can also delete the function. For example, delete. This is the statement of del. This is the statement of the Python. We will check statements in the later upcoming lectures. So del new list. Example, I want to delete address 5. So this deletes address 5. What is the address 5? We will see first here. This is the 0 address 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At 5 there is a 6. So we will check the, okay, 2, 3, mango, 5. So there is a 6 is now absent. So 6, this address is now completely deleted from the list. So in this way we can delete our address or our value from the list. We can also remove, this means completely deleted, but we can also remove by removing in removing instruction. We will use new list dot remove. For example, we want to remove Amar, AAMIR. So when we use the command remove, then we place here the value or object here. If we want to use to delete, then we want to place here the address. Okay, by removing this new list, call new list again, so we will see here the Amar is no more present in this list. So in this way we can delete and we can remove the different elements from the list. Okay, let's now define another list, small list. For example, I can write here my list again. My list is equals to, for example, it's D or it's F. It's example E. It's example A, and this example is, there are different letters. Okay, if I call my list, so this is the these are the elements of the list. So we can sort it. How can we sort? By my list dot sort sort and empty brackets. Okay, in this way I will check my list. Sorry, my list, my list. So we'll check. So let me call again it. Uh, this is my list, my list, my list. Actually, I wrote the spelling wrong. Let me correct it again. Let me correct it again. So it's actually my list, my list. Okay, now I call it. So this is like these are the elements. So we can sort my list dot sort. So by sorting this, we can check all the elements are now. What happens is, like, why I again call in the different list. Okay, by calling the my list, we will check that all the addresses are now placed in the alphabetical order by sorting our list. So A, B, D, E, and F. So in this way, we can sort our list. We can reverse our list. For example, uh, my list and my list dot rever reverse. So we can check my list. So we place all the elements in a reverse order. So we can play with the strings, with the integer, with the floating numbers using the list with the different operations. So in this class, we have studied the different operations of the list. For example, how we can slice the string, how we can slice the list, how we can call the list with the different elements, how we can call the particular element from the list by using the address, how we concatenate two addresses, and how we can the append element in the address, how we can and pop the element from the address, how can we insert, count, and delete, and copy, remove, and sort the element or reverse the element of the list. So this is the lecture of this class. These are the topics, and hopefully you can understand list type, data type of the Python, how we can define and we can work different options in the list. So thank you so much.